No mitanga, no pecados, no. In Vrindavan, we will.
Soll ich die bitten, leise zu sein? Oder? Weil wir haben einen Organ, das ist der Wahnsinn.
Schauen wir mal, was Krishna macht.
Bitte?
Schauen wir mal, was Krishna macht.
Soll ich mal versuchen?
No. Lass mal Krishna das.
Ich habe auch wieder Radharani wird das schon. Aber.
So everything is his property. Krishna says, Aham hi sarva yajnanam. I am the only enjoyer of every action. You must be fully conscious of this fact. The stern reality is that devotion is not a cheap thing. Pure devotional service, Shuddha Bhakti, is above mukti, liberation, above the negative plane of liberation. In the positive side, he is the only master. He is the Lord of everything. He is the Lord of the land of dedication. We must try to obtain a visa to enter there. There his sweet will is the only law. It's very easy to pronounce the word absolute. But if we are to enter into the meaning of the word, then it must be recognized that his sweet will is all in all. To get a visa to the world of reality, we must recognize this. And this especially is especially true in Goloka, where complete surrender is demanded. In Vaikuntha, there is some consideration of justice. For those who are entering there, some sort of lenience is given. But Goloka is very light, very tight. Complete surrender is demanded in that place. It means in Vaikuntha there is a little more relaxed. Everything is not so strict. Even there are certain kind of demoniac persons can enter this plane. There is a description in one of the book of Sanatana Goswami, I think. I was reading this. He says there's features like, I don't know, I have seen pictures, I don't know how to call this film, where there's persons with one eye and strange persons. I do not remember. But this is explained in the Shastra also. This kind of person exists, these forms, not in a gross form, you know. But everything what they manifest, what they are manifests in this world, even in a fantasy, it must come from somewhere. It is already existing somewhere. So complete surrender is demanded in that place when we go to Goloka Dham. So Goloka Dham is very tight. So there is absolute surrender every moment. In Vaikuntha there is more relaxed. There may be some may have some private place. Otherwise, the atmosphere there is very free. After one has been tested and the superiors are satisfied that the souls who have come there are wholly sacrificed, then we can gain their confidence. And when it is seen that one is fully surrendered, there is complete freedom. One may do anything. This is another thing, complete freedom. This is only possible, complete freedom in the transcendental Goloka. Because there you never come get the idea of I and my thinking. You get complete freedom to serve the Lord, to please Him as you like to please Him. So there's never some selfish interest mixed in it, not contaminated by this external. Like this we have to learn, like we hear here now, this talking, not caring. Vrindavan is a perfect example, a complete chaos. But on the other side, there are so many transcendental personalities such that you are really not, you feel there's some peace. There's not, nobody is, there's no violence or something like this. So, and freedom there is so great that Krishna's mother Yashoda is whipping him. If we inquire deeply into where Yashoda is taking her stand, we will come to the dado-leaf plains. Dado-leaf, this is the plain where Yashoda, only to educate Krishna, properly, he is not naughty, not stealing butter. She is sometimes giving him some punishment. But this is also the sweetest thing, she would die. It comes close to this saying of Hale, die to live. She would die immediately when he is not satisfied, when he is dissatisfied. There are very beautiful stories about these things. When anyway, maybe he's telling this here. So Yashoda can embrace death millions of times to remove a bead of sweat from the brow of her son. She has so much affection for Krishna that she is ready to die 1,000,000 times rather than find the sweat of labor on his forehead. And that consciousness is in the background of everything she does. This is why she is given so much independence as to be able to whip him. Such is the play of the Absolute. If you have an idea of the infinite broadness and depth of the Absolute, how can we value anything here? The Himalayas may be very big according to our standard, but from the standard of the infinite, the Himalayas are so small that they can't even be seen. This world is all relative. We must not allow ourselves to be caught down by any events here. We must go forward in our march towards the truth. We may fail anytime, anywhere, it does not matter. It may be our Master's will. Still we have no other alternative than to try for His mercy, His grace. This is our natural position, even constitutionally. There is no possibility of living separately from Him. Even in ignorance, we sometimes think that it is possible to live separately from Him. That is only temporarily insanity. To attempt to do so is only to create further disturbance, to be covered with ignorance. While ignorant, we may be concerned for many things, but have no value. But actually this, as in play, so many parties are playing. One must win, another must be defeated. But we are told that we must accept victory or defeat in the mood of a player. And everything in the play of Krishna, he is playing his lila. When we think that something is a great loss or gain, we are not seeing the lila of the Lord. Then we are outside the divine flow. We are not in harmony with the flow of lila. Can you follow this? It's very beautiful. It means we have to accept everything as it comes. It is actually lila. We have to see it as a player, you know. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. So, but it is a play, it is Krishna's play. When you see with the proper eyes, everything is a play of Krishna, especially for the devotees. They can see like this, and everything goes according to Krishna's will. Everything, he is protected all the time. Even he has to leave, even something happened to him, he will protect him anyway. He will not be disturbed or not suffering. This is the difference between a materialist who identifies, who gets down, who is frustrated when something bad happens in the material world and around his in his material pastimes, ignorance, then he will be disturbed a lot. He will suffer, and then in the next moment he again can enjoy. He can get enjoyment. Then it appears that reality is not his lila. And we find some other reasoning for being, see some other objects, conceive of relative interests, and find loss and gain, victory and defeat, and so many other misconceptions. But everything is his lila. And that is nirguna, without fail or fault. In that plane everything is all right, everything is perfect. Every inch of movement there is fully perfect. Can we accept these things? This is when we are under the higher plane, Krishna plane, when we see everything goes according to His will. And we give up to make our plans or our things, our whatever private things we may have. You have to accept Krishna's will. You cannot go against it. It will happen anyway. But if you see it as the arrangement of Krishna, then He will be on your side, on our side. He will protect us. everything will be good. Bad is good and good is good. It is the pastime, the Leela of Krishna. Is there any question of the...
When you were speaking before, you were reading before on our march towards the absolute truth. Sometimes we fail. I'll say we should still count on Lord's mercy. Can you explain this? I'll say more.
Sometimes, yeah.
On the way towards Krishna, we fail. So then he says that we should count on the Lord's mercy. Can you explain this?
Yeah. It is very easy, basically. But it is also at the same time very difficult. Because the tamaguna, or ignorance, has covered us. We think that whatever we may think, what is real in this world, what has any meaning, this is holding us. This is ignorance, tamaguna. But nothing is real here in this world. Everything is temporary. Everything is coming and going. And you give me an argument if it's not like this. Is it logical? Can one follow this? We know, maybe we understand it, that there is no way out. We cannot avoid that birth, disease, old age. All these things, whatever may happen in this world, it will happen according to our activities. It's very natural, very simple. When you understand how it works, it is very simple to understand. And we have to just develop faith in the Lord. More faith in the Lord than in anything in this world. You may kill me, you may impress me, as you like. The last sloka of Shikshastakam, Mahaprabhu comes to this conclusion. Whatever you may do, whatever may happen, you may punish me, you may impress me, whatever you like. You will always be my Lord. I will always be yours. And then this faith or this shraddha, this has to develop. This we have to, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Nityananda, by the mercy of Guru, we can advance and realize step by step. And it is going only this far as we want it, you know. If we are not ready for this thing, then your will is more powerful than nobody will force. Krishna will not force us. Krishna is just giving us information. Like when we're reading this, he gives information. But what you do with this information, this is up to us. This is our free will. So there is no force from Krishna's side. Otherwise it would be not possible to develop a relation with the Lord. Is someone standing there, you know, with a gun, hey, surrender now, or no, there must be a loving relationship. He is so merciful. He is all merciful. He is everywhere. He is inside, he is outside, he is everywhere. This means Krishna consciousness, conscious of Krishna. We are not conscious of Krishna. We are not seeing him everywhere. Yeah. Even if you go shopping, then you are focused on this, whatever you may like to have. But you can connect this, You do it for Radharani, for Krishna, or for pleasing him, for serving him. Even if you eat, how you bite, it is not that it is nice. No, how will the Gopas and the Gopas enjoy this, or Krishna? How will he enjoy this? And it's like feeding Krishna, we're eating Krishna, we have everything can be connected, everything is Krishna. When we come more and more, not 2 times in a day. I remember one devotee here in Vrindavan, it was, I don't know, 30, 40 years, he was living here. Huh? Ramohan? Vivashwan. He had a house, he built it himself, that's terrible. But he was living there, and then we went to the restaurant in ISKCON. I think he invited me there, and then he told me a secret. Now I can remember at least every 10 minutes, 50 minutes, I must remember Krishna. I was thinking, what kind of Krishna consciousness is this? No, every second, every moment, you must be conscious. Every moment. You must see everything connected with him. Anyway, this is not going fast. We need many lifetimes, perhaps, for this. Krishna is sitting in our heart. He is sitting, he is everywhere, everything is him. Everyone acts according to his will. He can change everything as he likes. Or he can also not change it. We cannot expect praying to him, please make it comfortable for me, make it nice for me. This is not, Krishna, you do whatever you like, whatever you think is best. I want to be one of your servants. I want to do it. I'm ready to die for you. Like we heard the Mother Yashoda's mood. She's sometimes whipping him, and sometimes she wants to bind him. You know this story, Damodar? Lila. But Krishna, she could not bind him. She was crying, even, Why is it not working? I did third time I put a more long rope, and it doesn't go. What a nice Lila. Beautiful Lila. Radhe, Radhe. Then Krishna said, okay, you find me. Then Nanda Maharaj, Krishna was complaining to him, Mother Yashoda find me. And he went to Nanda Maharaj and embraced him. Please, like this, it's a beautiful pastimes. Krishna. There's something more to say? Something more to say? There's a nice story Srila Maharaj tells in this. Once after the Kurukshetra war, the Brahmana Udanka came to Krishna and said, Krishna, I curse you. Krishna said, why? My dear Brahmana, do you want to curse me? Udanka said, because you are the cause of all the disaster of Kurukshetra. Because of you, so many widows and orphans are crying in distress. The bounds of their sorrow knows no end, and you are the cause. So Krishna, he blamed Krishna. He is the cause of the war. So many widows, so many wives and children suffering because of you. Krishna answered, you may have collected some power by your penance in Shatraguna, but that will all be finished when you curse me. So I won't produce any result in me, because I am situated in the Nirguna plane. This is the nature of the Nirguna plane. It is abhidukya aparatihata. It is causeless and it cannot be checked. It is irresistible. So pure devotee, by example, we cannot curse. It's not working. It will even come back to you, or you will lose all your power if you have, in case you have such a power. Because it's in the transcendental plane, it's beyond. There's no curses, this world, it's not working. So we have the wave of the most fundamental plane is Bhakti, devotion, where everything follows the sweet will of the sender, Nirguna. Nirguna, out of all the gunas. This divine flow is causeless and can never be opposed. We should try to take our stand in that plane. Bhakti is Nirguna, beyond the influence of material nature, and it is ahituki, causeless. That divine flow is eternally going on, and it is apratihata. Bhakti can never be checked by anyone. It is irresistible. This is the nature of the flow of devotion. Anyone who takes their stand in consonance, in harmony with that flow, will find the same thing. It can never be checked or given any successful opposition. This is the nature of Bhakti according to Srimad Bhagavatam. Savaivam sham paradharmo yado bhakti adoksache ahituka pradiyata yadma suprasidati. Bhakti is the highest function of the soul. Parodharma. Our duty here must have its origin in the plane of Bhakti. We must be able to read and catch and utilize that flow. We must dance in the waves of the flow. Everyone's highest duty will be full submission to the unseen, undetectable, causeless power, which has no cause, no rhyme, no reason. It is automatic, eternal, and can never be opposed by any forces here. And then only will we find our soul's greatest satisfaction. We will feel real satisfaction only when we come in touch with that most fundamental harmonious wave. Then we can feel the highest ecstasy, that is Bhakti. So in coming to such a great idea of life, whatever obstacles we must cross, are only small losses and gains, victories and defeats. We should not allow them to disturb our march towards the truth. Krishna tells Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, Karmani evati karaste nabaleshu kata chana makama bala durbu mati sange sto akarmani. Give your full concentration to discharging your duty, not to the result of your work. The result is with me. Just see everything as Krishna's will. Then we can good understand what we hear. All responsibility is with me. Higher calculation is like that. The general say, march, go forward. Onward, you have to go. You are my soldiers. Whatever I shall ask, you must do. You may die, and the victory may come afterwards. That is not your concern. You are a soldier. Many of you may be finished, but the country as a whole will gain. In this way, so many important lives may be sacrificed. And as soldiers, we have no right in calculate whether we shall gain or lose in the long run. There are two things we must be very careful about. We shouldn't think that if we can't enjoy the fruits of our labor, then there is no reason to work. At the same time, we shouldn't think that we must get some share of the fruit. Remembering this, we should go on discharging our duty to Krishna. That is devotion. That is the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says you can't change the environment. If you want peace, you must regulate yourself according to the environment. The whole gist of Bhagavad Gita advices is found here. Try to adjust yourself with the environment because you are not the master of the environment. All your energy should be devoted to regulate yourself and not the outside world. This is the key to success in spiritual life. Bhakti does not depend on the environment or on the dealings of others. It is a haituki apradihata. Nothing can obscure that flow except our own ego. I am my own greatest enemy. This we must learn to accept. The real enemy is not outside, the real enemy is in me. I have to become master of this. I have to defeat my real enemy, who is telling me this is not, this is wrong, this is right, this is...
What means it to regulate according to the surrounding? We have to adjust according to the
yeah, we have to adjust, we have to environment, yes, we have to accept whatever may come, good and bad, and we have to Bhakti, pure bhakti means that we accept it as it is. Krishna may change it if we have real devotion. He may change it or he may not. But we don't care. We are not reacting on the external out of external disturbances. This you can learn in Vrindavan here, nice. This is not tolerable for beginners who are coming here, who are they're imitating, but in their mind they carry a lot of anger or.
Can you say, like, they are, as far as I understand, they are, one thing is, I don't know, someone makes sound, pooping, I don't know, someone is angry on you, and this is all of this, let's say, disturbances from outside, no?
Yeah.
But this is relatively, like, it's easier to adjust. But when, I don't know, when mind squeezes you, so when the body gets sick, this is more difficult, at least for me, no? Also to adjust.
Yes, maybe your deficit. Deficit, or let's say this is, we have to overcome this also, yeah. It is given by him. He may change it or he may not. But if we accept it as it is, but our desire must be, how can I do something for you? You have a good attitude in this way. I don't know what would be when you are not Krishna quite closed in your environment. It could be much worse. We only get always only a small portion of what would we would how to say, was wir verdienen würden, according to our past, perhaps. We have to always think like this. We cannot blame anyone else or anything else outside. It is, it has to do with my past life, something. So I have to accept, and sometimes even if I have not anything bad done, then Krishna may play with us. But when you are devoted, then you are ready to accept whatever may come. You know, my life is since many years now. I am meditate about death. It was in the beginning of my life, I think. I can only remember this. It will be finished. But now I understand I did not meditate about death, what will happen. I wanted to know what is real life. And we cannot die. This was, it is just a play. Maybe the Lord wants to play like this with us. Whatever, but he will not give such, put you in such situation that you are suffering too much. But it's maybe helpful for us. He knows best, you know. If it would not be, then we may get, oh, I have a lot of things to fulfill. We have to, we do not know the reason, but it is the mercy of the Lord. Even it seems outside externally. We have so many examples of this. Yeah. Of pure souls. They are also, but this is a pastime, this is a play. We have to see like this. If we have given our life to him, what can happen? You think he is on sadist, on Now he's suffering, giving more. We have to learn from these things. It is His mercy. If a devotee suffers, that is His mercy. Don't forget. Include that it's temporary, our life here. We have to get out. And if you're fortunate, even if you're in the body, you are out. If we can accept Krishna as He is everywhere, He is everything, He is in me, He is knowing everything. He knows perfectly what is needed for every soul. We think there are so many billions and billions of souls. Yes, it's true, but we have all the same problem, more or less. We want to enjoy separately from the Lord. We want to become master. The same story all the time. All have the same problem. And this we have to give up. When you realize after many lifetimes, it did not work, I did not become happy. Then you will, one day you will say, my Lord, everything, my body, please accept my mind, my so-called intellect, everything is yours. And then the giving your mind also means that you are not anymore under the condition of your I and my thinking, under the influence of Dhamaguna or ignorance. Then then the Lord makes it's a pastime. Then it becomes everything is pastime. We are just His, how you say, slaves. Of course, this we don't want. But He's very dramatically speaking in the beginning, we have to become His slave. Because this is the worst thing we want in this world. To become a slave of someone. And this is, in reality, it is the most sweet thing. We have no idea what it means. If we just get one slightest drop of this feeling, then you would run towards the Lord's lotus feet. Never remember what we experience here in this domestic plane. I don't know, I'm going, don't know what I say. But and it made sense. A few lines, then we can close there. I am my own greatest enemy. Udarat atmanatmanam na atmanam avashatayat atmaiva atmanolantu dhantu atmaiva ritu atmanaha. We can elevate ourselves or degrade ourselves. We are our own best friend or worst enemy. No force outside can check us if we are sincere. Of course, for beginners there's some concern about a proper environment for spiritual cultivation. But even that is also dependent on the nature of their sincerity or sukriti. Nahi kal yat krit kaschit turgatim dattagat stuti. The assurance is given here by Krishna. He says, I'll be there to look after you in any unfavorable circumstances. I'll be here. I will be there to look after you in any unfavorable circumstances. I am omniscient and I am omnipotent also. So if anyone is directed towards me, I look after him. And it has also been seen in history, in the cases of Dhruva, Prahlad, so many others. Sincerity is invincible. Even obstacles may improve our position if we can take them in the right way. From a higher angular vision, it may be seen that everything is coming to help us. I find it wonderful, this saying. I don't know what others may think about this. But this is Krishna consciousness, this is Bhakti, this is Goloka, this is Vrindavan. This we can learn here. We close here or anything to say? You must have faith in Krishna, not in Soleti. Krishna will protect you or you or not. He will test. This is play. You must have developed faith. Radhe Radhe. Is he mother? Ah. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Welcome. We just finished. We have a seat for Mother. Oh. Ja, nimm dir und du kannst sitzen auch dort. Ist genug Platz. Any challenge? Any?
Sometimes one feels hatefully disposed towards oneself because one is lacking the sincerity. One wants to be sincere, but somehow is not sincere. And one feels hatefully disposed to oneself.
It's Krishna's mercy. The more angry you get to yourself.
Angry?
Yes, frustrated, the more advancement you can do. You have to make a step forward. You are paralyzed in your position. In your position, you are what you have attained now. But you must let it go and let Krishna do, let Krishna be, accepting what his plan is. It's the most beautiful thing. Bhakti is nothing is more beautiful and more sweet and more We cannot attain more, according to Shastra and our acharyas. It is very deep, very high. But one day we must make a step further to the next. We have to give up our personal interest or personal needs or personal whatever we may enjoy, and adjust our desire according to Krishna's desire or wish. Then you change, then you become transcendental, you become a spiritual person. We are already spiritual, but we are covered. You will realize, you will see who is, you will get eyes to see who is there and who is not there. Because if you jump from one to another and you do it only for your sense, for your external senses, this will not help you. Then you're nowhere. We have such an advanced spiritual master, such a high personality, eternal servant of Radharani. Why should we run around? We have to focus on one. Otherwise you get, your mind becomes tamasic. You run only for your personal interest. Sorry, I speak too much. We will close here. Is it okay? Jai Srila Sitadev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Telila Padishtam Vishnubat Brahmahamsa Vigacharya Stodha Srimad Bhakti Vaibhav Puri Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kirtasin.